Good evening, or morning, or afternoon, or whatever time of the day it may be for you, everybody, and welcome back to Backloggery Cataloging. Last time we finished on the letter D, and today, hopefully, we will move on to the letter E. And that explains the title for both streams pretty much. Okay. Well, I mean both the YouTube description and the Twitch title name. Anyways, nothing particularly special has happened between last week and this week. The Steam Summer Sale is still up. It is still available if you want to make some purchases. I have already made my purchases. I don't think I really need to buy anything else. Actually, this morning there was an announcement by NIS America, the publishers of this guy and a couple of other games, that they're going to be increasing game prices. Yeah, not decreasing, increasing. In fact, let me pull up the article while we're here. Hold on. There it is. Yeah, so NIS America is going to be raising some prices of its PC games. Now, I don't care for most of what they're raising it. I mean, a couple of things. I do kind of care about the Caligula effect. But particularly, I'm most interested in Is 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. They're raising that to $60. I mean, the game was $60 when it came out, and then it went down to $40 because that's how game prices work. Now it's back up to gonna be back up to 60 by like sometime in July. Very odd. I don't really get it. I definitely don't like it. But maybe they're doing it so that they can like artificially make people buy the games, you know, trick people to buy the games by like increasing the prices but also making the sales percentages higher. So the games are actually the same price that they were on sale before. It's just that the sale number is bigger, and therefore people think, that's a really good deal. I should get that. It's probably what they're going to do. Well, hell, there's a bunch of critically acclaimed but never played games on my wishlist on sales for like $5 or less. Yeah. Also, hey, Kilaf, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy your stay. I forgot to actually acknowledge the views. I need to keep track on that. All right, but anyways, that's the only bit of interesting news I have for you guys today. Otherwise, the last game we added was Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. And so today we're going to go ahead and... where is... First of all, I need to put on the thing. There it is. Okay. So Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, that's where we left last time. Now today we've got Dreadout. Guess that's the first game we're gonna add today. Dreadout is a the reason I became interested in Dreadout in the first place, it's because it's more or less a spiritual successor to Fatal Frame. If you don't know what Fatal Frame is, it's a Japanese horror game franchise. Hey Brian, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Dreadout is a Japanese horror game franchise. Where you take pictures of ghosts, and you actually fight the ghosts by taking pictures of them because your camera has like, you know, special powers. I've played a couple of the games on my old channel. I'll probably play some of them again in this new channel, especially with Fatal Frame Maiden of Black Water coming out on everything later this year. I'm definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, Dreadout is basically a spiritual successor to that, set in Indonesia instead of Japan. And hey, Indonesia has their fair share of folk tales and ghosts and stuff, so it's pretty interesting how they the kind of stuff that you might be able to find is. I haven't played the game myself yet, but just the concept of a Fatal Frame spiritual successor was enough for me to go and get it. Okay. Oh no, Catches the Best Tactics is 50% off. I'm going to feel bad if I buy that now because I'm familiar with the developer. You're going to feel bad if you do buy it because you're familiar with the developer. Oh. Well, okay, well, either way, yeah, there's a lot. Actually, what is on my on my wish list. That actually I'm already here. Well, first, obviously, first on the list is Crystals, but that's not out yet. Yeah, so here's Lacrimosa of Dana. So currently it's $23.99. I mean, it's not a bad price. Because I want to then send him the full money. Oh, okay. So you want to support the developers as much as possible. That makes more sense. Okay. But yeah, it's 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. So yeah, that's you can see it's being cut from $39.99 down to $23.99. So it's gonna go back up to 60. And yeah, what I'm gonna guess is gonna happen is that instead of being 40% off the next time it's on sale, after the price hike, it's going to be like 70% off or 60% off or something like that. It's gonna be the same exact price, but this percentage is gonna be higher. So people are gonna be like, I should get that. I should get that now because it's a really good sale, even though they're spending the same amount of price. It's a psychological manipulation process. And also, I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't actually buy games at full price once they're like, you know, once on release is when people buy games at full price. After a year or two, they're only going to buy it on sale. And this game is from 2018. At least the PC version is from 2018. Okay. I'm feeling on the fence about a number of games on my list. Yeah, there's a lot of games. Obviously, I want all of these games, but I don't want to spend too much money on them. I mean, okay, Sunset Overdrive for $5. That's pretty good. That's pretty. I might have to get that before the sale is over because that's a fine Insomnia Games game right there. Yeah, see, this is probably what's going to happen. Crystal is $60, $23.99 at 60% off. So yeah, that's probably what's going to happen to Lacrimosa of Dana. Okay, Fallout 76 is worth full price. Yes. Sunset Overdrive is a bonus game. Yeah, I actually did get you that on the yeah, I got you Sunset Overdrive on the XBX. Because originally the game was only available on the Xbox, but now it's available on PC. So hey, there you go. I mean, I don't want the Atelier games, but freaking Koei Tecmo is not very good at pricing their games either. Like this is a very old game. Like, I know this says 2018, but the original release of Atelier Rorona is from like 2009. And the DX version, I mean, it does add stuff, but not enough to justify $40 for a 10-year-old game. So, yeah. Whatever. Ori and the Blind Forest is just $5. It's not even on sale. That's just the price. I might go ahead and get some of this stuff later today. Transistor is $4. That's really good. Okay. I'm not going to find the time to play them this year, but next year I'd like to have more downtime for me. Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay. If I wasn't compiling a list right now for something unrated, I'd compile a list of buy or no buy games I want second opinions on. Maybe I'll send you a short list in Discord later. Yeah, I guess definitely a strong factor with that would be how good the sale is right now. So for stuff like Transit, if it's like $5 or less, that's pretty good. Do I really want this game though? I'll have to rearrange my my wanted list at some point, because some stuff in here I'm a little bit unsure of. I mean, this one's free. I don't even know why I haven't downloaded it yet, but okay, whatever. Sphinx. That's a pretty good 3D platform, and I gotta get my hands on that. What is this days? The OG Assassin's Creed. I mean, I don't want to give Ubisoft money, so that's kind of why I'm hesitant to it. But I do like the game. It's just, you know. Okay, Plague Tale Innocence. By the way, Plague Tale Innocence is going to be free for PlayStation 5 owners and PlayStation Plus owners, starting next week. You know, for a month. So hey, this is a really good game. Go get it. It's I mean, I'm not gonna buy it right now, but if you're gonna be able to get it just for free, go get it. It's good, story driven, got all the good stuff on it. I would like SpongeBob SquarePants, but that's 50% off. I mean 15, and then this is this. Yes, I do want Funback Fantasy, but I'm not going to show you guys any screenshots of that because that's a different story. All right. Anyways, Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much all of the big sales that I'm seeing here. Alba's pretty good too. I've seen some pretty good things about Alba, but okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and actually get down to what we came in here for today. Alright. One in particular is that Deedlit Metroidvania game that I was kind of gonna play anyway, but it's only got a 20% discount right now. Ah, okay. So not only that for PS5 when it releases on Plus. Don't make the same mistake with that. Yeah, I know all about that way too much. Okay. Let's go ahead and add a Dreadout. I already discussed it. I just moved on to something different for some reason. Okay. Let's pull that up. Okay. My games. Add a game. Dread. Is that one word? It is one word. Dreadout. Spelled like this. And that is not for PlayStation 3. That is for Steam. I have not yet played it, but I do plan on it. Indonesian Fatal Frame, basically. Okay. And no rating yet. Let's go ahead and add that. And similarly, the game right next to it, Dreadout Keepers of the Dark. I believe that's like either DLC for the first game or just a short bonus chapter, but it's not a full-on sequel. However, there is a full-on sequel to Dreadout. Hold on, let me go ahead and check that out real quick. Should be around here somewhere. Yeah, Dreadout 2. There is actually a sequel to this game. Recent reviews say it's mixed. What happened? Hold on, I'm curious. Decent fan how and settling the work. Oh. Oh, this actually are these actually like criticisms towards the game itself and not like a port thing? Wow, that's depressing. Oh. I guess I'll have to look at some. I'll have to play the first game myself and then like look at some reviews or discussions of Dreadout 2 to see what went wrong, what happened. Okay. Anyways, hit the Dreadout of the trust. It's a lost cause to Dreadout. Yeah. I watched tons of Mad McMuster's videos last month, but oh, that's the kind of what happened you were talking about. I know of Matt McMuster's. I know he used to be part of the Two Best Friends Play crew. I've only seen like 1 or 2 videos of him. I can't remember much about him. I just know he's just kind of doing his own thing now. No longer part of the best. Because I mean, the best friends are no longer best friends. That's all I know about the best friends. But okay, let's go ahead and add Keepers of the Dark to the thing. Dreadout Keepers of the Dark, not the Drac, the Dark. Steam, unfinished, unplayed. DLC. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Well, if you've ever reflected on a game that was inexplicably terrible, check out his channel to find out, you know, what happened. What happened? No doubt there's oodles of Konami games in his repertoire. Most likely. Konami has a lot of stuff that really makes you go, what happened? What happened? It's kind of hard to make the exact sound that Mickey makes, but there you go. Okay. Now, next game in line is Dust and Elysian Tale. This is a game that was despite the art style, it's a game that was recommended to that was very highly recommended by Total Biscuit. We brought him up last week because of Deus Ex, and we're bringing him up again because of... it's called Deus Ex. Deus Ex, not Deus Ex. Dust, an Elysian Tale, is a Metroidvania with a very much a very furry inspired art style, which is something that Total Biscuit is really not a fan of. But despite that, he recognized that the actual quality of the game itself is pretty spectacular. This one actually did play it. I played the game a couple years ago, I want to say, and yeah, it was great. It's the combat system is a lot of fun. There's a lot of exploration to make. The story is, I mean, it's not the most in-depth story you'll ever see, but it's a pretty good story. And the particular things that stand out about this one is that the game was made almost entirely by one person. The developer... what's the name? Obviously, it's a Korean developer because you can see this is Hangul. It says Dosi? No, Donsi. I don't remember all my Hangul, but this is definitely Korean. This little bit right here. Actually, is this even showing up on the... There it is. Yeah, this little bit right here is Korean. Okay. But yeah, other than the voice acting, and I think maybe the music, the game was made by one person. All of the programming was made by one person. All of the characters and animation were made by one person. The backgrounds made by one person. And despite the fact that it's only a one-person crew, for its time, the game had some very impressive settings and options menu. Like there's a good amount of accessibility options in this game. I don't remember the specifics, but like that's something that Total Biscuit in particular praised, because he always he always started a game by checking out their options menu and how accessible they were. And this game, despite its very, very small development team, was a very impressive feat in that department. So he praised all of that, and then, the game itself, again, Metroidvania, furry, anime art style, a lot of fun. Like genuinely, this is a very fun game. It's probably one of my first, indie Metroidvania experiences that I've ever played. Not the first, but definitely one of the few that I've actually played. And hey, it made me really enjoy the genre, so I'll look forward to playing it again someday for you guys on stream. Okay. Anyways, yes, I also never mind. I have no idea what this game looks like. Let me see. I can show you some screenshots. Actually, no, let's not show you screens, because the last time I tried showing screenshots, that was spoilers. I don't want to show you guys spoilers. So, thinking of Metroidvanias, after watching that Lemon video, I'm sure you got something else to say about Metroidvanias. That's a very popular genre for indie developers to develop for nowadays. And hey, it's a lot of fun. Ori and the Blind Forest, we were saying that on my wish list. I gotta get that. That's also Metroidvania. Okay. Dust, an Elysian Tale. I don't know what Elysia... I keep seeing... What is an Elysian? Elysian. Rain to Kansas, heaven or paradise. Okay, so it's like heavenly, more or less. That makes sense. Checked out the channel he recommended, Nerl, and he's made several videos ranking games in the genre, indie and otherwise. He's very passionate about the genre. Hey, well, there you go. I mean, we've got Metroid Dread coming out relatively soon, so there's gonna be a lot of eyes on the Metroidvania genre. Or I mean, I feel like we've had this discussion before. Is Metroid a Metroidvania? Is it Castlevania? Okay, yeah. It's probably going to be a Metroidvania. I think we can safely call newer Metroid games Metroidvanias. There's gonna be enough of an overlap there. Okay. And surprising, he doesn't like Hollow Knight that much either. Oh, he loves Bloodstain and hates Robot A robot named Fight. A robot named Fight. It doesn't like Hollow Knight that much. I mean, hey, despite how popular some games are, not everyone actually enjoys every single game out there. Anyway, I don't think I've completed Dust. I definitely beat it. And I know I did a lot of the side content, but I don't think I did all of it. So I'm gonna just mark it as beaten, and then I'll come back to completed it at some point. But actually I do want to check how many trophies I have, achievements. 27 out of 30. I mean, it's basically done. Actually, the only achievements that I'm missing is beating the game on hard and like just some like miscellaneous stuff, not actually collectible. So I might have actually completed it other than finishing the game on hard difficulty. So I mean, even still, just for that I'm gonna mark it as beaten instead of completed, but I'll definitely come back to it one day. It is a fairly challenging game on normal difficulty, so on hard difficulty it might actually give me a hard time, but still, it's a lot of fun. Okay. Okay. You'd think I'd resent Nerol for disliking a very popular darling of a game, but it actually piqued my curiosity about his opinions and made me want to watch more. Yeah, every time somebody has you know, an opinion, a divisive opinion, you know, your initial reaction might be to like dislike them, but then you get curious, like, why does this person like that? And you know, disagreement is something that can definitely drive somebody into a conversation. Because like, if two people agree with something, like say, hey, do you like Hollow Knight? Yeah, I like Hollow Knight. I like Hollow Knight too. Great. That's basically where the conversation ends. But if somebody disagrees, then you get into a conversation, so you want to know more about it. At least that's how I look at it. Anyways, great game, 5 out of 5. Just for all that effort that one person made, I think it's worth the 5 stars. Okay, highly recommend this one. Now let's move back over here, and actually, I'm curious. Hey, a robot named Fight. I want to see what that game is real quick. A robot named Fight. I see like a little bit of a trailer here. Well, it's definitely a Metroid-looking game. So actually, it looks like. Actually, it looks more like Doom mixed with Metroid. Yeah, this is very much just Doom meets Metroid. Huh. I mean, it looks pretty interesting. Yeah, it's not Samus fighting Doom demons and robots, I guess. That's pretty cool. I'll have to like take a look at it at some point. Okay. Yeah, you'll never learn anything new if you agree with everybody. Our game is a weird Metroidvania roguelite hybrid. Interesting concept, but somewhat flawed execution. Ah, well, hey, still, you know, I'll look into it to see what I can deduce about the game. I need to remember that those water bottles are so freaking loud. Okay, Nero's biggest complaint was how long it took for your gun to get upgraded to anything remotely fun to shoot with, compared to Metroid, where it's always satisfying. I see. Anyways, speaking of Metroid, well, I don't think Dust Force is really a Metroidvania. It's just a platformer. But Dust Force DX. But I don't know what the director cut from this one. But hey, it's a director's cut. But Dust Force, it is a I think a better comparison to Dust Force would be what's the name of it? Super Meat Boy. It's yeah, it's more or less just platforming challenges that can be pretty tough. I remember I enjoyed trying to play the game multiple times, but I never actually got very far with it because it's hard. It is a hard game. I feel like I never heard you talk about Metroidvanias. Any favorites in the genre? Dust. Again, I don't have too many experience with many of them. I think besides Dust, the only other Metroidvania game I've played is like... I can't even think of any particular examples right now. So like just off the top of my head, the only one I can genuinely immediately go to recommend is Dust. But I'm sure as I go down this list, we'll find out some other stuff. Okay. Anyways, it was Dust Force. Again, it's basically a Super Meat Boy inspired game where Dust takes a pretty important part of the platforming, because like your characters basically they're all equipped with like brooms or like what's it, like cleaning things. Basically they're all like janitors with cleaning utensils, and cleaning dust in a level actually like gives you like extra jumps or boosts and stuff like that. So that's why it's called Dust Force. It's an interesting concept, but hey, there you go. Dust Force DX. Okay, I don't know what the DX is for, but probably just a couple of extra levels if I had to guess. Anyway, this is not unplayed, it's just unfinished. Okay. BRB, I'm surprised it never got a silly name. Bonkers hard 2D platformers could have been called Meat-likes. Meat-likes. There's something very, very hilarious about that statement. But okay, that is Dust Force. I mean, if I just say Dust is this one, I have to specify Dust Force. Okay, and now we can move on to the letter E. E is I don't have that many games that actually start with the letter E now that I look at it. I only got 3. I mostly just did that for the meme, not because I actually have a large library of E games, but hey. Enslaved Odyssey to the West Premium Edition is a game by I literally have E3 DX, the Diggerito xylophone. Yeah, that's what DX stands for. Okay. Enslaved Odyssey to the West Premium Edition. Believe the Premium Edition just includes the DLC. Is a what's the name of it? A story-driven single-player campaign game. You know, you know the kind. You've seen this kind of game before. By Ninja Theory, the developers of Senua's Sacrifice and Heavenly Sword and all manners of all. Do I have that game on PS3? I used to have it on PS3. Now I just have it on PC, which is technically better. Okay. I still don't own any e-games on Steam. Well, maybe I can interest you in 1 or 2 of these. Okay, but yeah, Enslaved, I did play this back on the PS3. I finished it, and it's a lot of fun. The story is great up until the end. I'm not spoiling anything, but just know that the conclusion to Enslaved is, I don't know, a little bit. I don't even want to say divisive. It's just confusing, really. I feel like it needed a more concrete ending, but that's neither here nor there. The actual gameplay is fun. The characters are interesting. The environments are really cool. It's more or less a post-apocalyptic. Actually, not post-apocalyptic. It's like post-civilization. There's only a couple of humans left, including the main characters, and most of everything else is just robots. You could kind of compare it a little bit to Horizon Zero Dawn, but not really, because there's even less civilization. There's even less signs of life in Enslaved than there are in Horizon. And obviously it's also what's the name of it? An adaptation, sort of Journey to the West. So Odyssey to the West. The main character's name is Monkey. and he looks like Sun Wukong. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward about its inspirations, but hey, it's still pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I've never actually read Journey to the West, despite the fact that I seem to gravitate towards Journey to the West inspired media often, like Dragon Ball and this game, and I know there's something else out there I can't remember off the top of my head. Okay, unless you want to count the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. I mean, technically the Elder Scrolls counts as an E-game. But I guess the thing with the Elder Scrolls games is that each game in that franchise, like, develops its own community to such an extent that people just refer to them by their subtitles. Like, I feel like people just use the word Skyrim to refer to the Elder Scrolls V. They never genuinely refer to it as the Elder Scrolls V. It's just Skyrim, and it's just Morrowind. It's just Oblivion, Daggerfall, whatever the other one was. I can't remember. Yeah, they just refer to them by their subtitles, which would technically just make each Elder Scrolls games fall under a different alphabetical category. But I mean, in a sense, they're all the same franchise. They do play similar. It's just, yeah. What is Elder Scrolls V? I don't know. I don't know what Elder Scrolls V is, sir. I just know Skyrim. I don't know what Team Fortress Classic is. I just know Team Fortress 2. What do you mean there's a Team Fortress 1? Okay. Alright, anyways, Enslaved Odyssey to the West Premium Edition. Pretty cool game. I will probably stream it someday. At some point. And yeah. Okay. Enslaved Odyssey to the West Premium Edition. Okay. That is on Steam. That is beaten. I don't think I completed it. I definitely did not complete the DLC chapter, so yeah, that by default it's not complete. Great game. Great game, weird end. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. But I'm gonna give it a. I have some pretty fond memories of it, but I know when I come back to it, I'm gonna have less opinions. So I'm gonna leave it as a 3. Or, I mean, now I feel back over it. Wait, now, okay, there we go. I'm gonna leave it as a 3, and then when I revisit it, I'll let you know if it should stay as a 3 or if it should go up to a 4 or something. It's definitely at least a 3, though. It's a good game. Good game. Okay. Next, E. Eternal Xenia. What's this again? I think this is just an RPG Maker. Yeah, I think it's just an RPG Maker like hack and slash game, and it's free. I'm pretty sure that's why I have it. It's because it's free, and it's actually got really good review scores. I mean, like community reviews, not official reviews, but hey, yeah, it's free. And it's got a very positive review, so let me like check out some gameplay here. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty straightforward hack and slash RPG Maker game. I don't know if it'll introduce any interesting mechanics, and you know, in a sense, it almost kind of reminds me of what's the name of it, Crosscode. Like, imagine it almost looks like a very, very primitive Crosscode from what I'm looking at over here. But hey, there you go. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check this out. It's interesting how they did the boss screens here, because you know, usually in an RPG Maker game, in a regular one, you would see that work as you know, you would see. Hold on, let me show you. Yeah, you would see just the boss on the background, and then all your character stats and stuff is down here. But they've actually made this little area turn into an actual arena that you walk around in. So maybe just for being a fairly comprehensive take on the RPG Maker engine, it might be worth it. That's pretty cool. It's probably not that long either. I mean, if it's a free game, I can't expect more than like a couple hours at best. But it looks nice. Okay. This looks like a game you can't show screenshots. No, I know it's not like loot. I mean, I'm sure there's loot fan art, but the game itself is not loot. Okay. The Yoku Blocks is in a side-scrolling RPG Maker game. Sounds dangerous and frustrating. It does look quite innovative for what it is. I wonder if they released their source code. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to look into it. It looks from the text I saw on the actual screenshots, though, it might be like either a Chinese or Taiwanese game. Very possible. I did see a lot of Chinese characters. Maybe it's Hong Kongese. Hong Konger? What do you call people from Hong Kong? Hong Kongers. The game is Hong Konger. That is such a weird sentence. I don't like that. Okay. Yeah, I think Hong Konger. Yeah, it's a Hong Konger game. Alright. Let's go ahead and switch back over here. And that's that on Eternal Senia. What various on plate? Okay. Let me keep my thoughts to myself on that. Yeah, that's I mean, thankfully I'm not associated with any agencies that are doing business in China. I say as if Twitch and YouTube weren't. Well, okay, no, YouTube is not affiliated with China, but Twitch might be. Yeah, Twitch is Amazon. I'm pretty sure Amazon is at least somewhat involved with China. Somewhat. I don't know. Whatever. Point is, I don't care. I don't care enough to not say free Hong Kong liberation of our people. Whatever the sentence was. Okay. Don't mind the Hong Kongers having freedom. They deserve it. Have you seen Hong Kong? Hong Kong is a pretty impressive... It might just be a town or a city, but it's a very impressive city. They got a lot of stuff going on over there. In that tiny little, like, border island. Well, it's not an island. It's just on the border. It's kind of an island. Actually, let me show you what Hong Kong looks like. In the maps. Yeah, it's almost like separated from mainland China. But yeah, there's a very, very comprehensive public transportation system here. Like, you can get to and from just about anywhere in Hong Kong very quickly and very cheaply. And very efficiently too. It's yeah, it's a very impressive little place. I would like to visit one day. I would definitely like to visit Hong Kong and Taiwan. And maybe Macau? Maybe Macau. Most I've ever seen is the TF2 map, Chongqing. Actually, I know there's a map in Overwatch, Lijiang Tower. Is that in China or Hong Kong? Like, is that just like somewhere in mainland China, or is it in Hong Kong? Which is more a specific question. I don't know. Let's look that up. Overwatch Lijiang Tower location. We're in the heart of a modern Chinese metropolis. Its busy streets, lined stores, guard. Well, okay. I mean, okay. Here's the thing. It says China. Here's the thing. It says China. But Overwatch is a game by Activision Blizzard, who have a very strong Chinese, who are very strongly influenced by the Chinese overlords. So in this context, China could be either this, or it could be Hong Kong, Or it could even be Taiwan. I don't know. It's not really easy to say. Okay. It's been ages since I played that one. It's hyper-urban, so it could be Macau or Hong Kong or anything really. Yeah, Beijing could be that too. Shanghai is a pretty impressive city. Can we see some pictures of Shanghai? Yeah, let's look at some pictures of Shanghai. That's a church. It's not the first thing I expected to see out of Shanghai, but okay. Let's look at somewhere else in Shanghai. Over here, yeah, that looks a bit more impressive. Look at what Shanghai looks like. It's got all kinds of skyscrapers and not that much smog. Actually, that's pretty good. I mean, that is a very nice vista. Yeah, China has a lot of stuff going for it. They are a nation that makes a lot of people think poorly of them, but as with any country, the problem is not the country itself or the people, the regular people in the country. It's government. The problem is always the government. Every single time. Okay. But I believe you can explore Hong Kong and Macau with yeah, you can explore Hong Kong and Macau with Google Maps. You just can't explore the thing. Yeah, look at this. Look at where I landed. Like, where did I land? In mid-air. Is this being taken with a drone? Probably. But hey, look at that. Okay, that is a lot of okay, I don't know if that's pollution that's making that kind of hard to see, or if it's just like a foggy day. But then again, you can kind of see the sunlight trying to break into the city. So that's probably pollution. Okay, that's actually a little bit concerning. I don't like that. Alright. Anyways, it reminds me of Chattanooga, but with way more skyscrapers. Some might consider that an insult to Shanghai. I consider it a compliment to modern-day Chattanooga. Hey, that's pretty good. Yeah, Chattanooga is definitely a location. Okay. Look at that. Look at these pools. Look at that pool over there. That's a nice pool. I want to go swim in that pool. And yet there's this little asshole over here with this little tiny ass pool. And I think that's a pool. Like, dude, what would you put like a little tiny pool on your roof when you got that right there? Just take a dive. Jeez. Okay, well, whatever. We're not here to judge Hong Kongers' way of living. We're just here to add video games. Okay. Definitely a location I need to take you there someday. Yeah, well, maybe we'll visit Chattanooga one day. I mean, we gotta visit each other one day first. We haven't seen each other in a while. Anyways, okay. That's it. I only have two games that start with the letter E. That's... Is there just not that many games that start with the letter E in general? Like, let me think. Hold on, what do I have here on my PlayStation? No. Yeah, there's genuinely not that many games that start with the letter E. The only thing that popped into my head was Atrian Odyssey, that's one. There's... no 3D platformers, or platformers in general. I mean, like, Spyro S, Jack is J, RPGs, Final Fantasy is F. Yeah, like, I can't think of any, particularly prominent... Oh, Earthbound starts with an E, but, technically, the name of the franchise is Mother, not Earthbound. Like, Earthbound is just what they translated it to in the West. But if we're being more official, the franchise starts with Mother. There's As far as horror games are concerned, not particularly anything. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid, Ears of War. Ears of War. There's something very silly about that name. It's like Gears of War for hearing impaired people. All right. Okay. Anyways, Fairy Bloom Frisia. That is the next game online. It is a what's the name? It's a beat 'em up. And it's very much just a game where you beat things up. I'm sure you guys have ever seen some gameplay of it, but I distinctly remember one thing about this though. This is the first game that I ever bought on Steam. I don't remember what compelled me to buy this one specifically, but yeah, this is the first game that I ever made like an online purchase for on a computer. So I've got some memories of it. I haven't even finished playing it yet. I just I played a couple of levels, but regardless, it is a game where you play as this little Frisia character, and you're put in just an arena, just like a regular side-scrolling location. It's not a side-scroll where you're constantly moving throughout the, towards the right side or the left side of the screen. No, it's basically just a battle arena, and it just throws enemies at you, and you beat them up. And the actual combat mechanics are fun, but beating things up is all you do. So, if you're looking for something a little bit more in-depth than just a game where you beat things up, Fairy Bloom Frisia ain't it. But it's fun. Okay. And the last time I played this was in 2014, so that's a long time ago. Okay. I think you showed it to me. Yeah, I think I showed it to you once. Probably. First game you ever bought on console server sounds like a tough thing to remember. I remember my first Steam game very well. Team Fortress 2. Wow, yeah, that's a hard one to forget. Wouldn't have installed Steam if not for that game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure TF2 was one of the first games I installed and played. Not the first. This is the first, but definitely one of the first. Okay, it's Fairy Bloom Frisia. I'll have to go back and finish it one day because such an I mean, I don't really want to call it an honor, but such a spot like that, first game you ever bought on so-and-so service, is something worth visiting or revisiting or whatever. It's Fairy Bloom Frisia Steam. It is unfinished but not unplayed. First game I ever bought on Steam. And I believe I saw 15 out of 50 achievements. So there we go. I got a PS2 bundle with Sly Cooper and Gran Turismo 3. Steam for me was the original Fallout 1, I think. Ah, well there you go. I don't know much about the original Fallout actually. I know Fallout 3 is when they went in the first person gameplay style, but before that it was a more traditional, like, Western RPG. Yes, that's a genre. Just like Japanese RPGs are one thing, Western RPGs are something else. But yeah, I'm not super interested in like those all kind of RPGs. It's not like I have anything against them. It's just I never really found them that interesting for me. But hey, I know a lot of people have a nostalgic spot for those. Shit goes bad on Earth, and well, you gotta deal with it. Yeah, but that's basically the plot of most Bethesda games. Most games in general, really. Okay, Far Cry. OG Far Cry. It's a shooter. You shoot things in this one. I don't know what else to tell you. It's just a shooter. I've played it a little bit. About an hour, and yeah, it's a shooter. Okay. I don't have much to say about the original Far Cry. I don't think many people have a lot to say about the original Far Cry. I mean, it started the franchise, which nowadays is fairly popular, but For its time, I think it was just a very straightforward shooter. So, there you go. I did play it for about an hour, but I'm not going to consider it unfinished and unplayed because I just don't remember anything about it other than there was some shooting. There was indeed some shooting. Oh, let me write shoot properly. Because I know it's got a thing. There you go. That particular kind of view. Okay. Lots of people skip over Metroid 1 and 2 when talking about the franchise. Yeah, I've only seen people occasionally mention Metroid 1 and very, very rarely Metroid 2. I know Metroid 2 got like a remake, but people just talk about the remake, not the original. Usually people just go straight to Super Metroid when talking about the Metroid series. So yeah, I guess it's just the first game in the franchise that really made an impact. Like, the most people talk about in the original Metroid is the fact that Samus is a girl. And like people were like blown away by that knowledge back in the day. Because like, oh my god, this is like a female protagonist in a video game. Wow, I've never seen that before. And then, you know, that's the legacy of Metroid 1, that he had a female protagonist. Super Metroid had a legacy of being a revolutionary game that, you know, co-founded the Metroidvania genre. But the original Metroid, nah, it's just a game where you play as a girl, but you don't find out it was a girl until the very end. That's the whole legacy of that one. Okay. Anyways, if you have an international keyboard setting, you can hit the quotation mark and then vowel to make A-E-I-O-U. Really? Do I have my quotation marks? I don't. Where is my quotation? There it is. That's not how you do it. Camera, can you please fix yourself? Thank you. Okay. Nah, it's not. I'll figure out how to do it again later. Okay. Anyways, you have to beat the game quick too. Go too slow and you'll just see Samus waving her armor during the ending. Really? So it's an unlockable as well. Man, that's a lot of weird things about the original Metroid. Okay. Anyways, Far Cry 2, Fortune's Edition. I don't know what the Fortune's Edition means, but Far Cry 2 itself is a game that has been brought up a couple of times by like Game Maker's Toolkit and maybe even Adam Miller, because it's a game that commits to its immersion. Unlike Far Cry 1, which is just like regular shoot game, Far Cry 2 has a lot of systems within it that make it kind of annoying to play, but it's intentional. Like, reloading in the game is kind of complicated. There's like survival stuff like thirst and food that you have to keep track of or something like that. Enemies are more keenly aware of you. And, you know, it's a bunch of factors that make the game difficult and at times annoying to play. But it was all for the sake of immersion. So it's a good example of a game, you know, that is willing to commit to its immersive nature. Whereas the newer Far Cry games are a lot less focused on immersion and just focused on fun. Now, how fun they turn out to be is a different matter entirely. But that is the idea, that they're supposed to be more fun, whereas Far Cry 2 was a lot more dark and gloomy and immersive. Yeah, car fry who? I cry too. So it's got a lot of subtitles, you know. Alright. Anyways. Far Cry 2. I might have attempted to call it Car Fry. But no, we'll keep it serious for this one. Far Cry 2. Fortune's Edition. I have no idea what the Fortune's Edition does, but Fortune's Edition. Sacrificed. What's the name? What's a good word for what I'm trying to describe here? Sacrificed fun? I guess, yeah. Sacrificed fun for immersion. And that's all I can really say about it. Okay. And now Far Cry 3, the one that made a lot of people turn their heads back in the back when it came out in like 2010 or something. Yeah, Far Cry 3 was well, first of all, he had this guy, Vaas. Vaas is a very popular villain, or at least was a very popular villain back in his days. Just because of how, I don't know, he had a lot of personality. He's got a lot of one-liners. You know, he's the original person that did the whole, you know, have I ever told you the meaning of insanity? Yeah, he's the one where that comes from. The game itself was a lot more, yeah, again, a lot more open, a lot more focused on fun as compared to the previous two games. So hey, it turned a lot of heads. So that's impressive. Good for Far Cry 3. I've not played it yet, and you know this was before Ubisoft had completely and utterly super saturated the market with this kind of game, like the open world watchtowers, collectible galore kind of game. Yeah, this was before they had oversaturated the market with that. So at this time this was still acceptable. Okay, I really only know about this game because of the meme. Also, is this a game where you can finish it in 20 minutes if you sit and do nothing? I don't know of anything like that, but maybe. I don't know. I guess if the game is broken enough, you can probably do something like that. Or maybe that was an intentional mechanic. I don't know. Here's the main character buried in the sand. That's it just comes to show how important the villain was when they literally put the villain to look like he was the main character, even though the main character is right here. It really shows the priorities of what they wanted to advertise, which I think it's cool that they actually advertise the villain more than the hero. You know, it's like the bad guys say, wait here, don't go anywhere, and at the start of the game, and if you do that, you get a bad ending. It might actually be Far Cry 3. Now that you mentioned that, I'm remembering something. Hold on. Let me look it up. Cry 3... 20 minutes. No, not the first 20 minutes of Far Cry, just... I don't... Okay, it might be a different... It might be a different Far Cry. There's a Far Cry... There's a Far Cry 6 coming out. There's a the one. Do you remember when we were watching the Summer Games Fest, and there was one point where where Jeff Keighley was interviewing some dude talking about like Cuba? Yeah, that was for Far Cry 6. There's been 3 other Far Cry since Far Cry 3. And they all play very similar to each other. Far Cry 4 is set in like what the fuck is the name of it? Where is Far Cry 4 set? Location. It's like not India, but like somewhere in Kirat. Based on Himalayan country, based on Nepal. Okay, Nepal. Far Cry 5 is set in like Montana, and then Far Cry 6 is gonna be set in Cuba. Where's Far Cry 3 located? Rook Islands, 12 archipelago which can be freely explored by the players. This one might be just a completely made up location, Rook Islands, but the other every game since Far Cry 4 at least is based on a real world location. So that's pretty interesting. Okay. But yeah, there's a Far Cry 5, there's a Far Cry 6, and there is, in fact, a Cuba. And they do, in fact, have more things than Cuban sandwiches and cigarettes. Or cigars or whatever. They've also got very colorful houses. From what I remember. Yeah, see, they got like all the colored houses. In the capital. I don't know why they call them like that, but there's probably a reason for it. I mean, maybe to lift the spirits of the people? I don't know. It is kind of a depressing country. As most Latin American countries are. So, hey, a little bit of color probably makes people enjoy themselves just a little bit better. A little bit. Maybe. Possibly. By the way, today's Guild of Ambience is provided to us in the form of indoor rain sounds, sleep study, relax, no thunder, 9 hours. No, the stream is not going to be 9 hours. But if it was, we'd have 9 hours of ambience noise. But, okay. I think I played one once during my time at GameStop. Never really played it after that. Yeah, it's, basically, if you've played one Far Cry since any Far Cry since Far Cry 3, you've played every Far Cry. From what I understand. I haven't played Far Cry, but that's what I've been told. Also, are these games supposed to have, oh, they're actually supposed to have a space between them. Oh. I don't know, the way they spell it here, it makes you think that it's actually just one word, Far Cry. Like Far Cry, but no, it's apparently Far Cry. Like it's two separate words. They just didn't separate them here. Ubisoft. That's the sign doc would scold you for that because that's bad graphic design. Okay, whatever. I'll go back and fix them. Okay, Far Cry 3. Most popular for its villain. I know the Far Cry villains are like the stars of the show since Far Cry 3. Yeah, because Far Cry 4 has like the blonde dude, Far Cry 5 has that dude, and now Far Cry 6 has that other dude. These are not memorable villains. These are not, they're just people. Alright, whatever. Okay, Far Cry doesn't sound like real words anymore. Yeah, it is a far cry from being a memorable cast of characters. It's like one word. Yeah, it's just that's exactly how you spell that one. Okay. Let's go ahead and add that, and I'll go ahead and go back over here to Steam and fix this too. Alright, there you are. Hold on. There. Now, let's put a space over here. I did not switch to my browser screen. Oops! But yes, we did actually just add Far Cry 3. Let me write that down. Okay. Far Cry 2, stealth save. Far Cry 1, stealth save. I don't know, I like to keep my things as alphabetically correct as I can make them. But okay. Go back to adding a game. Now next in line is going to be Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. We're not done with Far Cry, never mind. Blood Dragon is a DLC chapter, standalone chapter, or just campaign that is very like 80s. What's the name of it? Vaporware or Vaporware? Is it Vaporware or Vaporwave? I think it's Vaporwave. Vaporware. Vaporware inspired art style, where there is a dragon that shoots lasers. It's probably made of blood too. I would imagine that's why it's called Blood Dragon. Otherwise, I don't know. Okay, that almost hit the character limit for one line. What happens if I spell a word that's even longer than ho 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 ho? Yes, exactly. Alright. I mean, to be fair, that's how Japanese works. This is... hold on, let me switch over here. Japanese. It's one word. If there's no spaces in the Japanese language, it's just one long ass sentence separated by kanji. これが日本人の仕組みです。仕組みです。Yeah. You could probably put some kanji in here too, but it's you're gonna have to get used to seeing things as just one big ass word if you want to learn Japanese. I mean, there's spaces sometimes. Actually, that's not even a space. It's just their commas have a space after them naturally. Okay. Anyways. Vaporwave is when a game vanishes without a trace. Vaporwave is the music genre, or whatever it is. Yeah. Watashi wa osanru one. Yes. Absolutely. You may go use the toilet. I believe. How do you say bathroom in Japanese? No, I need the actual Japanese word for bathroom, not the katakana for that. Yokushitsu. Yeah, you may go use the yokushitsu. 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 Okay. Yokushitsu. Okay, there you go. Have fun. Alright. Okay, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about this one. It is I haven't even seen like many screenshots of it. I just know of its existence. Okay. Anyways. Hello, I'm seeing chat activity on YouTube, but not Twitch. Okay, there you go, Twitch. You got... Twitch, like, died for a minute. I am proudly enabled. Hello, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy your stay. We are, we're using Backloggery. It is a website that allows you to, like, basically keep track of your collection and your backlog. That's why it's called Backloggery. And we are just adding games. And that's how we do. How's it going? Pretty good. I guess I should go ahead and introduce myself. I am Hollow Bastion. I am a squirrel. And when we talk about video games, there's not really much. I don't have like VTuber lore like a lot of VTubers do. I'm just a squirrel. I'm making an onion with a spoon for no conceivable reason. Oh, that's. Is it at least caramelized? Did you dip it in caramel? That's what I'm trying to ask here. Nah, I know that's not what the caramelized means. Okay, that's fine. Backloggery 3 Blood Dragon. It is, it is Vaporwave of the zoo. Okay. Put it in the oven. It's nice. I mean, I have eaten, like, roasted onions with what's the name? Yeah, with carne asada, or anytime you eat like a Latino dish. You know, roasted onions with that are pretty good. But like a straight onion, oof. I don't think I could tolerate that. That's a very strong flavor, for me to handle, just by itself. Like, onion is great for seasoning and as a, you know, to accompany a dish, but by itself, oh lord. But hey, I mean, if you like it, if that's how you roll, listen, yeah, look, listen. You do you, I do me, and we don't do each other. And we haven't developed that kind of relationship yet, chat. Okay. Caramel and onion doesn't taste too great. I've tried it. Which reminds me, I heard you can heat garlic at low heat to liquefy it. I'm dying to try it on toast someday. I mean, we do actually use liquid garlic for seasoning here. You can get it at the, like, if you go to like an Asian supermarket, you can probably find it over there. And, I mean, it's just garlic. Just how you can use garlic powder, like powdered garlic to season stuff, you can use liquid garlic to season stuff. And I guess in theory you could also use it as a spread. It's just garlic. Again, that's a very strong flavor that I wouldn't really want to eat too raw, but again, you have a borderline addiction to onion. Well, guys, I think I know who just joined the chat. We got the Onion Knight in here. Congratulations. It is an honor, sir. Now, whether you like this Onion Knight or this Onion Knight better, that's entirely up to you, but hey. Okay. Anyways, you can find anything in an Asian supermarket, pretty much. They're very comprehensive. I have several around my area, so that makes it very convenient for me if I ever want to find some, like, Asian snacks. Have you guys ever tried to eat those, what's the name of them? I mean, it's not one in particular, it's just a lot of Asian snacks and desserts are really good. Really, really good, actually. I mean, I'm a sucker for Western snacks as well, but Eastern snacks are pretty good. Yeah, don't say no. I don't do wasabi. I am not a spicy person. By which I mean I don't eat spicy. Not that I myself am spicy. I mean spicy in a different context, I guess, if you want to call it that. Okay, I once found a C-130 in an Asian supermarket. What is a C-130? C-130. Here's American 4-engine turboprop military transport. An airplane? Like for sale? Or is it a different kind of C-130 that we're talking about? Because if you're talking about there was just a fighting jet at an Asian supermarket, that would be something. That would be noteworthy. That's a yeah. If it's like a replica model, that's a bit more believable. And yet still very strange. Why would there be something like that? An actual C-130 with cannons and really? Wow. Was this like a World War II inspired supermarket or something? Wow. That is not something you see every day. I mean, okay, fair enough. Hold on, give me a second. Speaking of weird, like, war things, I did find this the other day at the local supermarket. Where is it? Hold on, let me see if I can get this picture by itself. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, and there we go. I did find this at the supermarket the other day. It's a tank made of beer. It's for July 4th, as you would expect. You can see here the little cannon, the American flag, like beer tanks used for the wheels. It's a pretty impressive structure, I'm not gonna lie. I was very impressed by. Hey, Jack Rabbit, how are you? You came at an excellent time. We are briefly talking about like American battle vehicles, whether they're actual vehicles or not. But yeah, you know, the funny thing about this is that it's very, very cool looking. Looks very impressive. And it's precisely because it looks so nice that it's terrible for business. Because nobody's going to want to buy any of the beers here and ruin the model. So none of these beer packs are going to sell. Because nobody wants to ruin it. They'll have to, if they want any of this stuff to sell, they have to put it back on the shelf normally. They test the risk of art. Okay, let me make sure I don't mess up the thing anymore. Okay, there we go. Now, we just added Far Cry 3. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. Important question: was the C-130 for sale? Not war inspired. It was just laying right next to the red bell peppers. It was for sale, man. Okay. You didn't buy the C-130 due to the fact that it was really fucking... I would imagine a C-130 would be expensive. Like, unaffordable by average people kind of expensive. That's not something just anyone can own. Monetarily or legally. Okay, so what's everyone doing for July 4th? I'm working. I'm not just reading your message, I'm also replying to your message. I too am working. You're rebuilding the USSR and starting the Third World War. Yeah, we must crush capitalism. Just because capitalism is better than communism doesn't mean it's good. Listen, when you compare capitalism to communism, it's basically like comparing horse shit to human shit. Yes, you're much more used to one than the other, but it doesn't change the fact that it smells like shit. We need a new one. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna move on before this gets me cancelled from Twitter. Okay. Let's see. Far Sky is not Subnautica. That's the best way I can describe this one. It's like it's Bobby's first Subnautica, which I believe came out before Subnautica. So there you go. That's about all I can really say about it. I'll be willing to give it a shot one day, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as addicting or as packed with content as Subnautica itself. Okay, fun fact: you can legally own a tank in the States as long as the cannon is disabled. Ah, well, there you go. I mean, you can own a tank. Now, better question: how expensive is it? How expensive is a tank? Like, there are hundreds of thousands of used tanks available for purchase online. However, it is often a complex process, especially when buying from overseas dealers. Started at the M1 Admiral started at 4 million. Okay, I mean, we're talking about tanks. That's an understandable price for something like that. And why would you own a tank? That's also an entirely different question. Now, I do remember reading a story about like somebody that once went around town with a tank, like crushing cars of people that were in like in no parking areas. Yeah, like a city mayor or something. In fact, you know, they were having an issue with people that kept parking in no parking spots or like towaway spots. So to take matters to the extreme, he got on a fucking battle tank and just went around town crushing cars that were in that. So that were breaking the law. So hey, that's one example of somebody owning you know, using a tank for civilian purposes. Gotta flex on the Hummer, guys. Yeah. Okay. Definitely read that one in Cracked's older top 10 list. Things that are surprisingly legal to buy or own, or you know, 5 to 6 digits on the dollar sign. Advanced Wars makes them so cost effective. Yeah. That was actually a joke on the Super Mario Super Show. Sergeant Slaughter double parked a tank on top of a There's just something really stupid about the idea of somebody driving around town with a tank, and it's not like the military. It's just a guy. It's just a random dude. Okay. Anyways, what were we talking about? Far Sky? How do you spell? Okay, Far Sky is just one word. Far Cry is 2 words, parody, but Far Sky just one. There you go. I'm sorry, but that's all I can really say about discounts about For Sky. It's discounts of Nautica. All right. Okay. Far Cry 7, Far Sky. Yes, exactly. And by the way, it's called Far Sky because you're far from the sky, because you're underwater. Or at least I think that's the joke. I think that's why it's called Far Sky. Because you're far from the sky. If that's not why it's called Far Sky, then enlighten me, please. I don't know why they called it that. Fez is a game. Yes, that's the sentence. Nah, Fez is an indie game by some dude. I think this is another one of those games that was developed either entirely or in its grand majority by one person. And I remember this one had a lot of highlights back in the day. Yeah, because it's a good game by a troubled developer. So the game itself is it's very creative. It's got a lot of cool things going for it. It's as far as a puzzle game is concerned, and especially with like playing with perspective and stuff. But the developer, what's his name? Fez developer. Yeah, Phil Fish. Phil Fish has gotten in a bit of Fez. Yeah, in fact, here's an article. Hold on, let's just pull it up. Yeah, Fez 2 abruptly cancelled after developer Phil Fish explodes in rage on Twitter. So yeah, his Phil Fish over here is not the most from what I hear at least, he's not the friendliest guy around. I think it's probably because some people criticized I think it's because people were criticizing the game, not like downright dunking on it or hating on it, but it's because, like, there were people pointing out some flaws with Fez. It is a good game, but it's not a perfect game. And the developer Phil Fish did not take lightly to them. I remember there was a time when indie developers just could not tolerate their games being criticized. Like, they just had a hard time taking constructive criticism. I think that's gotten a lot better over the years. I'm sure there's still a couple of them out there that just can't. Japanese indie developers in particular seem to be not particularly great about taking a little bit of criticism. Or not just developers, but like Japanese creators in general. Every time I see a VTuber poke fun at a game or a manga or anything like that, it is soon after followed by an apology statement because the developer took it very poorly. Yeah, it's kind of difficult over there, but anyways, this is Fez. I mean, this is Phil Fish, developer of Fez, who is no longer making Fez 2 because he got mad. Okay. If you need to be utterly insane to try and 100% Fez. Yeah, I remember there was something about that too. Okay. You return from your horrible grave. I went to the lovely beach down in the 7th Circle of Hell. It was nice. You got some nachos. 7th Circle. That is... Yeah, actually that makes sense because the 7th Circle of Hell is violence, and that's where the river Styx is. Yeah. I mean, it's not quite a beach, but there is water down there. Very hot. It's made of blood. Boiling blood. Okay. There's an entire chapter developed to this guy in an indie game dev documentary. Yeah. This is Fez. Choose photos of... Yes. Fez means war. Okay, now is it spelled in all caps? It is spelled in all caps. Okay. Fez. Boiling blood makes you happy. Hey, thanks for the follow, probably an idiot. That was well timed. Well, welcome to the channel. I hope you will enjoy some of the streams. Again, we also besides discussing great games, we also play games. Yesterday we finished Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus, And I am looking forward to starting Chris Tales on July 20th, or at least on the week of July 20th. That is a game that I'm very much looking forward to. And until then, we'll probably just do more of this, and also other random games that I find around. My name is Phil, you can just call me idiot. I'll feel bad calling you idiot. I'll call you, I mean, but I guess you do point out that you are proudly an idiot, so I guess if you're fine with it, I'll call you idiot. Not like just name, not actually calling you an idiot, but... Okay, anyways. And I was about to ask what was coming up next. Again, I hope you have better luck capturing the game than I did. Yeah, it should be... actually... You know what? Hold on a second. Well... I mean, I could try to download the Chris Tales demo like right now, but that's probably going to mess with the stream a little bit. Yeah, because I don't have the demo on me, but I could download it. Here is what I am often referred as. Well, actually, sure. Let's try it out anyways. Because, I mean, we're not doing anything particularly intensive as far as the, the internet usage is concerned. So, hey, maybe we'll be okay. Maybe we'll be just fine. If not, then I'll just do it some other time. I'll keep a close eye out on my stream if it's having like difficulty keeping up with things. But okay. Anyway, let's switch back over here. So did I just add Fez? I did not add Fez. I got distracted and forgot to add Fez. Okay. Maybe not history, track record might be a better word for it. Oh! It's done! It already downloaded. Damn, I have some good internet! Okay. Alright. I got an ad for buying a jar of piss. Do you happen to main sniper on Team Fortress 2? Okay. The power of the Ethernet cable. Yeah, it's done. Dead. Okay. Alright. Once we're getting close to the end of the stream, I'll go ahead and try that out. See if we can actually record Chris Tales normally. Alright. Anyways, next in line. As you can see, the whole list just shifted over one. Because here's Chris Tales now. The demo. And eventually this will be replaced by the full game. So, whether it's here because I am a sniper main or a simp. This reminds me of... Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that shit. Alright. Yes, I have never though, so it's even weirder. Hold on. I got a clip for you guys. Have you guys ever heard of Natsui or Matsui from Hololive? Oh boy, have I got a clip for you from Matsui or Hololive. She's very much a she's she is not a very wholesome VTuber, but that's okay. We do sell this by the glass if you guys need some $5 a piss. $5 a piss, you everybody. Just take it or leave it. It's up to you. Okay. Anyway, that is some dangerous ASMR that's being recommended to me right there. Okay, Darksiders 2 is nice, by the way. Yeah, I am definitely going to play that game someday. Okay, back to this, and back to this. Enough piss for today. Alright, Fess, that's done. What's next in line? It is Final Fantasy 13-2. Why is this the only Final Fantasy game I own? Oh, okay. Alright. Step aside, gamer girl. Bad wall of V pisses and down. Piss comes up quite often in the VTuber community. I've been here long enough to confirm that. Okay. Anyways, Final Fantasy 13-2. It's I mean, I think people like this one better than the first game. Not by much, but they do like it a little bit better. But in general, I'm not that interested in the Final Fantasy 13 universe. The Final Fantasy universe in general, yeah, but the Final Fantasy 13 universe, I mean, it's like, it's alright, I guess. It's fine. Do I sell piss? I do not sell piss. I don't sell anything. I don't make money out of this. But I mean, I do. I make NSFW art. That's not quite on the piss department. But I guess if somebody's really into it, and I ever open commissions, I don't look. I don't think this is the spot to discuss piss in length. Attempting to connect the universe is a bad idea. That's how we get I need to kill chaos. Yes, that is exactly how that happened. Yeah, Final Fantasy 13 is a very complicated mess. I have nothing to say about Final Fantasy 13-2 because I don't have much to say about Final Fantasy 13-1 or Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13. I don't have much to say about Lightning herself. I just know she's the girl. I can discuss anything at length if needed. I can discuss things at length if I am informed in the subject. We have discussed multiple games on this channel in length multiple times. But you know, does your Twitter button still link you to your NSFW art account, or did you split those already? Yeah, there's. So originally, back in the day, I kind of tried to separate my NSFW account from my VTuber account. And then I said fuck it and just started putting NSFW on my Twitter account, on my VTuber account anyways. So now the original NSFW account is just a backup in case anything happens to my main Twitter account. So yeah. So it's kind of hard to separate myself from the NSFW side of the internet anyways. Okay. I have surface level info on literally everything. I can make up the details as I go. The OG hentai account is it's got some of the art, but I mean I keep all of my original art on Pixiv anyway, so that's not a concern to me. And besides, Twitter is not a good place it's fine to put your art on Twitter, there's nothing wrong with that, but Twitter should not be your main art repository. It should be something else, like Pixiv or Hentai Foundry if you got specifically NSFW art, or something, but not Twitter. Twitter is not good for preserving art or uploading art. I mean, it's easy to upload art, but it's not easy for art to get exposure on Twitter. Pixiv is much better for that. They have like 40 alt accounts. I don't remember which one was the original. Oh, I mean, at that point, was there even an original? There was a first, but there wasn't really the OG. Okay, sometimes I feel like you either have to work to sterilize your online environment or just give in to embrace the filth. Yeah, it's very hard to stay quote-unquote say-so, as they call it in the VTuber community, but really just wholesome or pure. I mean, it's the internet. The internet is for porn. The internet is for porn. Grab your dick and double click for porn, porn, porn. Alright, anyways. There's an original that I made years ago. The other 40 came along as I started enjoying fucking with people. Fair enough. Okay. Anyways, Final Fantasy 13-2. Let's go ahead and add that to the collection. 13. Is it 2 like this, or is it spelled? Is it 2 spelled different? No, it is spelled 2 like that. Also, it's in all caps, but I'm not gonna put it in all caps. I'm fine with a game's title being in all caps if it's short. So like Fez, you know, Fez is fine because it's just 3 letters. Or what's another one like? But yeah, basically, I'm fine with a game's title being in all caps if it's short. But if it's like a long sentence, like if it was called The Adventures of Van Helsing, like that, that's just too loud. That many capital letters, that's just too loud. Keep it short, like Doom, Okay, Doom being in all caps. That's fine. That makes sense. Quake. That's 1 word. Easy. Makes sense. That's not okay. That's too loud. Just, this game is screaming at me. I don't like that. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, it gets tiresome quickly. Capital letters are weird. I would honestly be less enthusiastic about the aforementioned Deedlit game if it was in all caps. Record of Loda's War, Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth. Yeah, that's too much. Okay. I didn't realize you were doing the same. Hey, bright minds think alike. Alright. Anyways, unfinished and unplayed. Okay. Watching hentai and a stream at the same time takes more effort than it should. I wish I had 8 heads. Well, I mean, it depends on the kind of hentai that you're watching. Because if you're watching a very loud, pervasive, like if you're watching, like Taiman in Asagi, while watching my stream, well then yeah, you're going to have a hard time. There's a lot of noises going on in that one. But if you're watching instead like what's a light hentai? Like something from the Stringendo and Accelerando collection. Then maybe that might be a little bit quieter. Is it really a good idea to name drop specific hentai? I mean, might as well. It's not like I don't think Twitch's detection system is good enough to detect when I'm saying a hentai name. God, they would actually know what that is. Yeah, because it's long. It's like most hentais are usually like 2 to 3 episodes. That one's like 13. That one's comprehensive. Okay. Anyways, back to this. It's fine. My italics will keep the Twitch admins away. Alright, anyways, Final Fantasy 13-2, that's a thing. Back to this. What's this? Fortune Summoner, Secret of the Elemental Stone. Pretty sure this is a game by the same developer of the Reciteer, and Item Shop's Tale. I have no idea what this one's about. Like, I know Reciteer is about, you know, keeping up... I know Reciteer is about capitalism. I know Chantilly's is about 2 sisters. I have no idea what this one's about. George of the Jungle in the Search of the Secret. Yes, that might as well be the title of it. Fortune Summoner, Secret of the Elemental Stone. Like, that's such a generic sounding title that this could be about anything. Like, Elemental Stone, that's... How many elemental stones have you said in video games? Like, the Philosopher's Stone is technically an elemental stone. The crystals in Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles are elemental stones. I don't know. I am watching some very comprehensive German hentai. Okay, well... As in the hentai is in German or from Germany? Because those are very specific things. Okay, Harry Potter in the Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, okay, well, whatever. Anyway, Far Cry 3 multiplayer. I don't really do multiplayer too much, to be perfectly honest. I play a little bit of multiplayer. But yeah, it's handed from Germany in German. That's... I did not know such a thing existed. But okay. Anyways, okay. Moving on. What's this game called again? Hold on. Fortune Summoner, Secret of the Elemental Stone. Let me see if I can remember that for 5 seconds. Fortune Summoner's Secret... Secret or Secrets? No, just one... There is only one secret. Of the Elemental Stone. Is it one stone or multiple stones? Once, okay, only one secret, only one stone. Alright. Elemental stone, something. Okay, Fortune Summoner, Secret of the Element. Okay, the summoners are multiple, but the secret and the stone are singular. Then again, I guess that would be too many S's if it was Fortune Summoner's Secrets of the Elemental Stones. Yeah, that's a lot of S's. You don't want that. That's gonna give you a... That's gonna give somebody like brain damage because of how many S's that has. the anti that shit ammunition. Okay, summoners used to be cool before they all sold out for those gacha games. Yes. I don't like the term summoner anymore thanks to the mobile gaming department. Okay. Let me take game out of this sentence because that's a bit redundant. Okay. Anyways, that's that. Now, what else is coming up over here? We've actually been streaming for 1 hour and 46, so I'm gonna add like 1 or 2 more games, and then, yeah, let's go ahead and finish the F. Let's go ahead and finish paying respects, and then we'll move on to the Crystals demos, because I want to see if I can actually record it at all. Okay, the ADATS tank, otherwise known as the anti-that shit tank. It can and will fuck up everything. Just put whatever you want to kill in place of the Dar shit, and it'll fuck it up. Well, is that a real tank? Hold on. The ADATS. You have a lot of interesting knowledge, Mr. Idiot. I would like to I would like to look this up now. ADATS tank. Air defense anti-tank system is what Google gives me. That is a motherfucker. Hold on, look at that shit. Damn! That's like an unnecessary amount of cannons. That's 7 more cannons than any tank needs, but okay. Alright, sure. Whatever. If you got something that's gotta go down, I guess you bring in this motherfucker. That's a fortress on wheels. Jesus Christ. Look at that. Look at the size of it too. Like, here's a house. It's the size of the house. Like a 2-story building house. God. Alright. That's I'm sure it's got a use somewhere. War Thunder. Okay, so it's also available on War Thunder. I know very little about War Thunder. As I said, anti that shit. 8 cannons will fuck everything. I take it you're in the mood for fireworks right about now. I'm not really much of a fireworks person, but hey, Idiot might be a bit of a fireworks person. There was a video the other day where some kids like set fireworks inside a grocery store or like a convenience store or something like that. And you can see in the video one of the store clerks looking at the fireworks, and he just doesn't give a shit. It's just like, I'm fucking done. Let me see if I can find that video real quick. Hold on. Is it this one? I think it might be this one. Yeah, it's this one. Hold on, let me show you guys this. I'm into explosions and this map. Oh well, you're into that crazy shit. Okay. Hey, look at this guy. This guy, he just doesn't give a fuck. He just doesn't give a fuck anymore. And I get him. I completely understand that guy. Yeah, that's just another day at work. Okay. Anyways. Back to this. Our little thingamajigget. Freedom Planet! This is not Sonic. It's better than Sonic. I just pissed off a bunch of people. Nah, it's a classic Sonic inspired game. Where you also collect crystals. And I think you can actually buy things with the crystals. I've yet to play it much. Apparently played 51 minutes of it, but I don't remember playing 51 minutes of this, so there you go. Now, I don't have too many memories of, like, OG Sonic. I did play them. I have played Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles. As in, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Sonic and Knuckles. Not Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But I have played Sonic 3 and... Did you know that there's also Sonic 2 and Knuckles? Can you please fix yourself? Thank you. But yeah, I know there's... Obviously everybody knows that Sonic 3 and Knuckles is a thing. There's actually also a Sonic 2 and Knuckles. I believe. Pretty sure there's a Sonic 2 and Knuckles. Okay. I wish I had Small Bird as a co-worker for the last 3 weeks and I welcomed the company. This game, I've heard good things about it. Yeah, Freedom Planet is a pretty well-loved, well-appreciated game. Okay. There's a little stall near my house that sells M249s and other slightly less legal than most would like equipment. Wow. You live in a very military heavy area. Yes. But I'm sure there's a lot of areas like that around, like, the US. But, yeah. Anyways, play Sonic Mania, you can unlock Knuckles and Knuckles. Yes, of course. Okay, anyways, Freedom Planet. Again, not played it, but I have heard some pretty good things about it. So, it's, spiritual... It's a spiritual successor to Sonic, even though Sonic himself is still alive. Okay. I live in a shithole where the cops are just fancy statues with guns. So every stupid kid with 20 bucks in his piggy bank can buy a gun. Oh my god. I hope you stay safe out there. That sounds dangerous. But yeah, I don't know what to say in terms of, like, telling you to stay safe, but yeah, just stay safe. Okay, let's go ahead and add that in Freedom Planet, and one more game in the F category. I am very safe. I have several armored vets and a lot of guns. Well, I hope you never have to use them. I'm glad you're prepared, but I hope you never have to use them. I'll say that. Okay. Anyways, full bore. It is a game where you play as a boar, and you bore. It's a very. They were very aware of what they were making with this title. So did I? Is this thing still? Yeah, my ambience noise is still going. It just doesn't. It's just not very loud right now. Okay. Anyways, Hawk game. Yeah. If nothing else, at least I am highly prepared for a zombie apocalypse. Oh, a digging game. I get it. Yeah. It's yeah. It's boring as in like boring into the ground, not boring as in it's not fun. It actually is kind of fun. I've played it a little bit. It's very puzzle heavy, so I can only get so far because I am not good with puzzle games. Brain too smooth. Brain too smooth. Idiot, you and I have something in common in that department. Okay. But it does have a nice art style, and the and I feel like I could actually get some fun out of this one if I take my time to learn how the puzzles really work. It's just it is difficult for someone who's not very keen on puzzle games. But hey, it's got a nice art style. I'm pretty sure I got this from a Humble Bundle. I think I probably got Final Fantasy 13 too from a Humble Bundle as well. That's probably why I have this specific Final Fantasy 13 and none of the other ones. Okay, Pockboard would have been a fine company here for Komodo Hype and OS Rock. But did you know that hold on, PogChamp and Komodo Hype, even though they're both still available, if you have the Frankenface C extension, which makes the emotes bigger, you can actually compare them side by side. And PogChamp has a slightly higher resolution than Komodo Hype. Yeah, PogChamp is literally just an upgraded version of Komodo Hype. I don't know why we still have the actual Komodo Hype emote still around. But yeah, there's your weird trivia for you today. Okay. Now that it isn't mixed with extremely loud German moaning, your voice is quite a... Oh, thank you! That is definitely... I don't expect my voice to be constantly compared with, put side by side with loud German moaning. But thank you! I appreciate the compliment. It looks like the one on the left has white in its eyes, and it bothers me. It's probably light, rather than or maybe it's just because it's higher resolution. You can see more of its more of the Komodo sclera, whereas in Komodo Hype it's just black beats. Okay. Anyways, full bore. Let's go ahead and add that to the collection, and that will be the last game we add today. Actually, no, it's not unplayed, it's just unfinished. Bore's boring, but not boringly. There's a lot of boars. Okay. Alright, and let's just take one last peek at what our collection looks like right now. So we are now at 169, nice, 169 games, 73 Steam games in particular, and 54 of them are either unfinished or unplayed. I think there's more unfinished and unplayed Steam games than every other game in my collection combined. That's a little bit depressing. But I'll get through with it eventually. 55.1% of all of my collection so far is unfinished and unplayed, which puts me in a spot where more than half of my collection is in fact part of the backlog and not part of just stuff that I've played already. Steam is now also my highest collection with 73 games, and that's just gonna keep going up. So hey, and we have now finished with the letter F. Next time we do this, we'll continue with the letter G, which actually has a couple of games. But not as many as the letter H. There's a good amount of games that I have that start with the letter H. But that'll be something we do next time. It looks like the one on the left has whites in its eyes. Oh wait, that was double tick mode. Boars, boring, boars who bore. Yeah, boars. Okay. Now, moving on to the next part of the stream. This is just gonna be kind of short. I don't intend on playing the whole Chris Tales demo right now. Mostly just gonna play it around for a little bit to see if I can actually record it. You're out of onion. Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed your onion, caramelized or otherwise. Okay. Let's see. Chris Tales. Let's go ahead and launch that. Just right now, I might not be able to stick around. Yeah, I'm only going to be playing it for a little bit. Like, I'm going to see if well, first of all, it did launch in full resolution. Game, you're also very loud. I was. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I lowered the volume, but this. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's see if I can find that. There. Thank you. Well, there it is, but it's not really. You were afraid of this. Okay. Let's see if I can get this on the screen. I mean, you guys can kind of see it back there. Okay. Let's, yeah, like, there's just a random screenshot of it. Okay, I'm coming in loud and proud. Okay. I have no advice for you. I couldn't get the capture to work. Good luck. Okay. Let's see. Properties. Let's switch it to like something else. Steam, and then we're gonna switch it back to Chris Tales. Okay, that doesn't work. How about game capture like this? Let me put the browser away. Let me put this away. Game capture. Okay. Capture a specific window. I have recorded. Yeah, there it is. Okay, there we go. Let me see if I can make that smaller. And okay. And there. Perfect. I got a little bit bigger actually. There. Be back in a couple of minutes. I have to go check on the two morons having a cowboy duel outside. Alright. Well, anyways, before that, let me stop my ambience noise. We don't need that anymore. Thank you, Guild of Ambience. You have been of much use, as per usual. And I guess I should go ahead and change this to Chris Tales. There we go. Yeah, I'll just switch it to Chris Tales just for a little bit. By the way, the trick, just so that you know, there is, instead of doing a window capture, you want to do a game capture on Streamlabs OBS. Maybe OBS, like regular OBS, has that too. But yeah, game capture is what's actually letting me record the game, not window capture. So, there you go. Alright. Now let me see if I can actually get this to, actually, can I use the controller? I can. There we go. I tried to try both Windows and game captures when I think to do so. Well. That's the worst sentence I've written today. Okay. Well, it recognizes my controller. I don't even have to mess around with the settings for that, so that's nice. It is full screen. Let me take the mouse out of the screen first, though. Let's see if there's any slowdown or anything. Nope, it's running at 60. That's nice.
Select attack and then choose your target.
Excellent.
Finally, just as the attack connects, press the button one more time to do a double slash.
Alright, look at this game's freaking art style. It's gorgeous. Freaking gorgeous it is. Okay. Anyways, you've already gotten much further than I did. This is already just a tutorial, but okay. Attack with a strong slash, sure.
Very good, Crispell.
Okay. Well, they really do just throw you right into the thick of things. Yeah, I do really hope that the final release will give you at least an options menu before you start the game. That will be quite nice.
Be cautious. Watch for your opponent's attack and press the button right when they hit you to block most of the damage.
Most of the damage. Okay.
Nicely done.
There we go. It's it's a lot of as you guys are probably keenly aware, Paper Mario has had a lot of inspiration on games like this over the years. This is a good example of in medias res taken too far, but I'm certain the full game will ease you in better. Yeah.
Now give it your all. Finish it off.
It's probably better. Also, I just realized that the chat is a little bit small. Let me fix that real quick. Well, I mean, it's not even worth it. I'm just gonna be here for I'm just gonna show off the game a bit. Okay. Do I have any skills? I don't have any skills. I will say though, because this is being recorded at full screen, about 40% of my screen is being blocked by my phone because I have to keep looking at it for the face tracking. That kinda sucks. Let me see if I can move a little bit to the side. Well, gonna make me smaller, but I guess that's fine.
Well done, Crispell, but I'm
Okay.
afraid our work is not done here.
Well, no, this is literally just a tutorial. I do freaking love Matthias's little animation where he's just with the boxing gloves. Okay, I will make a little complaint here. I am noticing that the PNG of Crispell here on the victory screen is lower resolution than the rest of the game. Yeah, you can actually see some pixelization happening around it. Like, let me see if I can bring the mouse. I don't know if you guys can see it, but like, well, you guys can't see it on the stream itself because the stream itself is already a little bit pixelated. But on my screen, you can see a little bit of that JPEG quality, like right here in these connections. Here where this flower thing is very busy, you can see definitely see some pixelization over there. So hopefully they fix that. Hopefully. Also, is that Matthias's leg? What? Is there a frog leg on her sword? Like, I kind of get the heart. Why put a frog leg? Like, that's kind of grim considering you're frog. But okay, sure, whatever. Art as simple as this might have benefited from vector format. Well, simple, you know. Yeah. What's a better way for saying that? Not simple, but like no, not minimalist. But yeah, whatever.
Who are you supposed to be?
Crispell. Also, this guy got a change in voice actor. Or I don't know if he got a different voice actor or if just the voice himself, the voice actor himself, redid the lines. Because I remember in the original release, this Christopher guy sounded a lot rougher and edgier. They made him sound a bit friendlier now. I mean, it's still kind of rough and mean, but like not as rough and mean as before. Flat colors, yeah, flat colors I guess is a good way to explain it. There's no shading or lighting. It's just pretty straightforward.
Hello, my name is...
Crispell, you can see it on text screen.
Tell me if we survive. You know how to fight?
But for the most part.
Let us show him.
Yeah, that is just a straight up leg frog. I mean frog leg on Crispell's sword. Like again, I get the heart, not the frog leg. Like that's disturbing, considering Matthias is right there. Okay. Anyways, I could defend, could pass, and I could attack. Okay. I know you can do 2 hits, by the way.
Bad. I'm Christopher, by the way.
There you go.
Crispell.
Oh, he just bopped himself. Okay, I thought he was gonna do something. Yeah, if you press the attack button right as you see the colors come up, or like the flash of the screen come up, you'll do a second attack. If I don't press anything, yeah, you see he'll only do one attack. There you go. All this talk of frog legs reminded me of this. I will check that out momentarily. We got no experience from that, that's most unfortunate.
There. It's two less of them. Been chasing those things since I left St. Clarity.
We've got to stop them before they reach town.
And exactly how do you plan to do that?
In the classic JRPG mechanics, we press the attack button until you go down.
Hold your ground. They won't get past us.
Look, Volcano! They broke our poor goblins! How adorable!
Can we keep them?
I'm looking away for a second in this thing. So this is the first boss in the game, as far as I'm aware. Volcano and Galley. They are twins, clearly. One of them, you know, you look at the designs for a minute. So like one of them has a flower over her eye, but not the other one. Like Volcano over here looks, it's visibly more evil than Galley. I can't help but notice that you can. Oh, there's something weird going on here. Or am I just not seeing things correctly? Because you can see her hand here. Like, this is probably Volcano's hand. And this is probably Galley's hand. But you can't see their arms behind here. Unless they're going down, like... Okay, actually, no, you can see her arm over here. That means her arm is on her butt. Okay, anyways...
We've talked about this. No more pets until I stop murdering them. I know.
Jeez.
I just want to play. Not my fault they're all so squishy.
Speaking of squishy, I think there is in fact like the special edition of Crystals is gonna have like this collector's edition is gonna have a little plushie for Matthias here. I really want it. I really want it. But getting shipping for that thing is gonna cost me like $15, and I don't know if I'm ready for that kind of financial spending.
Oh, and that's why we can't have nice things.
That's a meme. Okay, anyways. Okay, I see it now. Lefty has right hand on shield, left has right is on hip, and vice versa for righty. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting combination here. But hey, it is an interesting character. Well, two characters. But yeah. 0 damage. What do you mean good?
Didn't work. We can't touch them.
Because they got a shield and you got a wimpy sword with a frog leg. And Sign isn't as serendipitous as the married dogs in Undertale. Yeah. Now, how about you use your skill to wash it?
Not even a scratch?
Ow! Pressed X too quickly.
Can't take much more of this. Crispell, it is time. Use the crystals.
The crystals of Crispels of crystals. There's a lot of quiz in here. And that's what the cutscenes look like. Very nice. Crystals. I will go into detail about what some of these locations are based after once we actually play the game fully later this month. But no, that's not it. That was just the beginning part. That was basically an introduction to the combat. This is now just the introduction to the exploration and all of that stuff.
Wait, my rose!
By the way, I think the game is fully voice acted.
Crispell! Crispell! Where are you? Crispell!
Yeah, this is a very impressive indie game. Like, a lot of people are hyped for it, myself included, for obvious reasons. I can't shut up about this game. You guys know I'm hyped for it. Okay. Anyway, she has Mother Superior. Yeah, it's got a very cute art style. How to move. I've played video games before, don't worry. Okay. Yeah, so the character actually has 4 positions. Forward, backward, left and right. No diagonals, but that's okay because when you do 2D animated graphics like this, it's kind of hard to do that. But I also have to point out how Chris Bale's legs are like twigs. Like she's got needles for legs. Look at that thing. Look at them. Thick she is not. Absolutely. I mean, you could argue that it's just her skirt is very puffy, but not actually her legs doing anything. Now that's not going to stop the artists. It's not going to stop me. But you know, deep down she is actually very skinny.
If I pick every strawberry right now, maybe I won't have to do it ever again.
That's not how farming works, lady, but okay. Amelia. Alright. Zara gives me a major Super Paper Mario vibes. Even so, people will call her just because she has hips that exist. You have returned. Welcome back. We are just for a little bit. We're not gonna play the full thing. We're just making sure that the Crisp Tales demo works. Also, inventory, equipment, party, status, skills, ward map, archives. Here's our stats. We ask a flask of feathers, brings a down ally back to life with 24% of HP. Healing juice. Here's a mix of fruits and refreshes body users and mind. Also tastes like lemon. So it's lemonade. It's lemonade. That's basically. And a mana potion. Smart packed juice restores. This delicious juice is made with the finest pitaya. Pitaya. That's probably a work. I don't know if that's an actual fruit or if that's just like a made up fruit, but maybe it is. I don't know. No Kia, no toys, or specials. Okay, I didn't get a blooming menu. One of the dev item categories is toy. Yeah, probably for like, I don't know. I don't yet know all of the game systems. Your face is covered in fur. Okay, well that's a story waiting to happen. Okay. While we do have a menu, we only have 2 accessible options in the menu. Okay, now do I have a separate menu?
Talk to Mother Superior first.
Well, yeah, you know a game has some pretty impressive work behind it, as in the voice acting department. When random NPCs.
Bloomed yesterday. If I take extra care of them today, they'll be even prettier tomorrow.
Yeah, you know a game has a surprisingly good amount of budget if just random NPCs have voice acting. That's a mark of love from indie devs. Okay. You interpret that as I have a big beard. It's not a story, my dog just jumped on me and licked my face. Ah! Well. I mean, honestly, if I got fur on my face from that, I wouldn't be upset. I'd be happy. I don't have a dog or a cat. I don't have any pets. Kind of wish I did, but what can you do? Because I also have something to do with dogs. I used to own a dog, and yeah, they do get fur all over you, quite easily. Okay.
So many chores. The kids in town get to go out and play.
By the way, speaking of voice actors, Chris Bell's voice actress, I don't remember her name.
Talk to Mother Superior first.
But it's the same voice actress for I think her most prominent role so far is 2B from Nier Automata. Yeah, this is the same voice actress for 2B. She also voices Evie from Paladins, someone from River City Girls, and somebody else that's also kind of prominent. I can't remember who, but yeah, this is 2B. So just by mentioning that she has the same voice actress as 2B, yeah, the thick jokes are going to be everywhere. Mark my words. Alright. Okay. I would never harm a dog either. Only time I ever gotten covered in blood is when I had to break up a fight between two pet dogs. Ah, it's unfortunate. Okay, I was breaking up a fight between two morons, which is close enough. Oh, you don't like 2B? Oh man. I mean, I haven't played Nier Automata yet, but I like 2B. I'm not very critical of characters these days anymore. Like, I mean, I'll be critical of a character when I get to know them, when I get to know their personality and their story and stuff. But just from their design, if they get good fan art, honestly, that's enough for me to kind of like them. Am I weird in that I don't like 2B's design at all? Very critical of everything. I mean, I do understand why some people wouldn't like 2B's design, but I do like 2B's design. So, yeah. You have played Nier Automata. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's fine. It's you know, you've got your own opinions. I've got my own opinions. Difference being that my opinions are not based on experience. Mine is just based on looks, more or less. Okay, yeah. Well, go talk to Mother Superior, explore the town a little bit, and then that'll probably be it for today. I do quite like Mother Superior's design. There's a lot going on in there, but she does look nice.
Did you prune the roses yet?
I'm sorry, Mother Superior. It's just my rose. The frog, it took it.
Crispel, you do have multiple roses. You're gonna sell them anyways. It's fine you lose one. That's called shrink in the market department. Okay. I think maybe it's because Haiti poisoned the image of sexy robot woman in my brain. I just have mild distaste for 2B. I outright hate Haiti. Ah. Well. I personally am a fan of the sexy robot women, so I like both of those characters actually. Mother Superior looks like the emo teenage child of a rich dude. Kind of. But I think her emo aesthetic is supposed to be more religious than anything.
Enough. I've seen that look before. Find that rose, then hurry back. There's work to do and no time to waste. Go on.
I also have to admit that I have a little bit of a soft spot for characters that never open their eyes. Like, there's just something about them.
Thank you, Mother Superior.
Mother Superior, Mother Superior.
Careful. I worry about you.
Yeah, characters that never open their eyes are kind of neat. Like Brock. I'll probably say that one of my favorite characters from the Pokemon anime is Brock. It's just something about that man. It's very likable. Gosh, even her happy face looks stained with tears. I played Haiti 2, it was horrible. From what I heard of Haiti 2 is that people liked it better than Haiti 1 in terms of gameplay. They just don't like that they changed the character to... The character of Haiti 2 looks like just a regular person, whereas Haiti 1 at least had a more interesting design to her. But anyways, I do get very cynical and critical sometimes, but not of everything. I think I'm just more critical of a game the more budget it has going behind it. Like the more I am aware of the developers or publishers being shitty, the more I'm critical towards the games. Characters that never open their eyes are funky fresh, yes, very much so. I should make a character like that myself. Okay, being a cynical asshole is my default state of being. It's not my default state of being, but I can definitely change into that style sometimes. Okay, anyways, look at the environments though. Look at that mountain. Look at the look at all the trees. I will at least go ahead and mention that Chris Tales is based. It's inspired by. Okay, the game is developed in Colombia by Colombians, and it's made to look after Colombia. It's not a very you know, I don't think I've ever seen any other games based after Colombia. I saw a few other people playing the game that were not aware of that, so they thought that this was like just calm down, Chris Bale. They thought that the game was like from like Eastern Europe. You know, they thought that the art style looked like Eastern European, and I can kind of see it, but no, it's not Eastern Europe. It's Latin America, and this is actually, you know, other than the fact that it is fantasy, the topography and the architecture is actually kind of accurate to what Colombia looks like. So yeah, there you go. If you make a character that never has its eyes open, you better bet your left foot that I'll be drawing hentai of it. Well, there you go. That's how you do it. Yes, it is indeed based, and maybe even blue-piled.
What a lovely day for a walk in the woods.
Hey, Magd. North is Narim Cathedral, south is Main Square, east is Road to the Farmlands, and west is Narim Orphanage. There you go. Now, what do you have to say, Mr. Mangan?
Crispell, what's the hurry?
I mean, I'm actually just taking my leisurely time here, Marco, but okay.
Good morning, Marco. Have you seen a little yellow frog?
A frog? Well, sure.
Maybe wearing a top hat? Carrying a rose?
Top hat? Then no. Maybe try the mayor's estate? There's always something going on there.
I'll try. Thanks, Marco. Sorry to bother you.
Are you kidding? That's the most interesting thing I'll hear all day.
I mean, to be fair, this is a world where goblins exist. So, I don't put a frog with a top hat too far out of the question, but whatever. Okay. The fact that you say blue pile as blue piled, which is so good. Wait, is it supposed to be blue pilled? Or I don't even know what blue piled means. Like, why would you pile blue? What blue things are you piling? And why is that a compliment? But you know what? I'm not gonna question it too much. I am, as the philosophers would say, a masochist. Oh, it's supposed to be blue pilled? Oh. I like blue piled better. I've always said blue piled. Okay, I think blue pilled probably comes from the Matrix. But I'm gonna keep saying blue piled. Okay, anyways. Once again, you guys probably can't see it on the stream, but this is a very low resolution door and wall in general. I can definitely tell the the full resolution of this thing does not allow for this to look particularly well. But I mean, it's fine. I can kind of forgive it. It does look awkward when you look at it like this up close. But at the same time, there's so much effort put into this game's presentation that I feel bad criticizing little stuff like that. Like, it is a criticism that I will point out, but it's not gonna be enough for me to like take several points off of the game. Now, it's still a very impressive looking game over here. But all right, that's pretty much all I really wanted to do. I just wanted to show off the game to make sure that it actually runs well. Also, there is a Colosseum mode. We'll mess with that later. But okay, let's continue. Every time you say blue file. Okay, I want to put to be continued on the text box in the bottom right. Maybe, but okay. Dreams Incorporated and Sick, those are the developers, and Modus Games is the publisher. It is an indie game with a publisher, which again, indie games with publishers kind of beats the purpose, but at the same time, it's fine. I'll let it slide. It's just a good game in general. Okay, let me see now. How do I close this? I guess I can close it like this. Yeah. Basically, you're gonna want to have double monitors if you wanna be able to interact with this game well. What are you doing? One. There you go. Okay, well, that is it for the stream. We did play Crystals for about half an hour. That's a lot more than I was expecting to. That's really silly that there's no quit game option anywhere. Yeah, it's yeah, definitely I would say that's my biggest criticism towards the demo. there's a lack of options. Like in general, there needs to be more options in there. I'm sure that's something that the developers are aware of. Like, there's no way nobody pointed that out. There's no way nobody at the development team noticed that. So it would be extremely silly if the full release does not have basic options. Like, I don't expect it to have an extensive options menu, but an options menu at all, yeah, that's expected. I really hope that's there. Alright. Anyways, that is going to be it for me today. I gotta go get something to eat now. I mean, I'm not like hungry, but I'm a little bit hungry. Yeah, I guess they just decided to ignore the quit game option since people can just Alt F4. Yeah, pretty much. Tune in next week for another edition of Blue Pile Gaming. Yes. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you guys again next week. We'll probably do another Backloggery stream, and then something else? I don't know. I'll have 1 week to figure it out. And, otherwise, hope you have a good weekend. Hope you have, if you are going to be at work, I hope you have a good day at work. You're going to go to a strip club? Well, I hope you have fun at the strip club. I'm sure you will have fun at the strip club. And whatever else you're doing, I hope you have fun with that. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.